Good day, good evening, or good night for wherever you are. Happy Sunday. This is a boy, GFC Garban, with another Premier League update. Today we're gonna go through some of the Premier League, the results over the weekend. And I want to tell you guys thank you for your support. Hope you guys like this video. I hope you share and hope you subscribe. Please remember to hit that subscribe button and support the channel. The more people, the more subscribe we get, is the better for the channel. So please help your brother out. Just please hit the subscribe button. And please, if you can share it to your friends, your family, I really appreciate that too. And we got a lot of big games that played today and yesterday. We're gonna go through some of the results, and I hope you guys are doing safe. First and foremost, let me touch on that. The hurricane that's been out. I hope each and everyone is doing safe. Try to stay in. If you're getting a lot of rains in your part, just try to be safe in each and every way as possible. A lot of people lost a lot of things, and especially down in Florida. And some of those things in life we can't control, but we can control our action, what we do. So try to stay out of harm way. Try to keep yourself safe in every way that's possible. So thank you guys again to be here with me on another show. Where I'm trying to give you guys a little Premier League rundown. Or any other scores that I see in any other league. I'll try to keep you guys up to date. With all the scores in any league that I can know you guys interested in. La Liga, especially. Barcelona won yesterday. Let me give you guys that one. Barcelona win yesterday. I think it was 2-1. That was a really good look for Barcelona. And today, Real Madrid drew their game today, 1-1. So that's not looking really good for Real Madrid at this point in time, because Barcelona seems like they got a dream team over there. Yeah, so I think Barca's sitting on top of the table. And for all my Jamaican who are interested in Omar Hutchinson scored yesterday for the Chelsea reserve team, and he was not the assist for the first goal, but he was the one that created the opening for the guy that made the assist. So Omar Hutchinson is doing good over there. The Reggae Boys, he's doing fantastic, and he's training with the first team too. So that's a good look for Jamaica right there, to have a player, gonna be there somewhere somehow in the Jamaican national team, and gonna probably get his debut sooner than later. If he continue this good form, he's gonna be up there with the rest. So shout out to all the Jamaicans who's playing in Europe or across the world. Hope you guys are doing well, and hope you guys are being safe. Yeah, so we're gonna touch the Premier League. Start off with the first game yesterday. Was Yeah, it was a really, really good game, to be quite honest. It was Arsenal versus Tottenham. You see the score, the Gunners are flying. They ain't holding down their guns. They're the big guns right now. They ain't hitting no blank this year. They've been firing, and they hitting target. So the Gunners, to all the Gunners fans out there, you guys must be proud. It's been a while since you guys name an attacker contender, or people look up to you guys. So since the undefeated run that you guys make, it's it's something nice for all the Gunners fan. I'm really proud of you guys, because you guys been suffering for years. No no title, or nowhere close, or bufflet in the last minute. Especially last year, you guys buffered the Champions League spot to Tottenham. So it's a good look for Arsenal. But I keep on saying on the show, the last time Arsenal beat Antonio Conte in a situation like this so early in the season, Conte run away with the league, and that's when he was in Chelsea. So I don't think that's gonna happen this time around because it's a different ball game. So but I have to give praises where praise is supposed to do. They're playing some fantastic football over there, Arsenal. Tottenham is playing some counter-attacking, hit you on the break type of ball game. So, I ain't gonna take nothing away from both teams because both teams are way ahead of me. Although I got a game in hand. So, you know, a 3-1 victory for Arsenal, early kickoff yesterday morning. So they beat Tottenham 3 goals to 1. Tottenham go down to 10 men, but the game was already over, to be honest. Even if they were down, but Arsenal was playing them off the park anyway. It was a good look. So I'm not gonna say or I just give Arsenal their credit where credit due. And then they well deserve to be honest, the lead because people been saying they don't play no one yet, but in the Premier League, you can't take nothing away from anyone. You have to give them their credit. So go down to the second game. It was Bournemouth versus Bradford. That was a 0-0 game. There were nothing much to this game. It was just a game, just a regular game, to be honest. Both team was very organized defensively, and both team was just doing their thing. So this game finished 0-0, and it wasn't a lot to it, to be quite honest. So there's nothing really much we can really talk about this game. And we go down to the next game right here, where this is a game of how can I put it? Let's talk about Liverpool game. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there in a second. We're gonna talk about Liverpool game in a second. Liverpool. Okay, if you want me to skip down to Liverpool game, we can have a conversation. So I will come back. I will come back to those two games. I will go to. Okay, so Liverpool yesterday. What happened to Liverpool this season? I don't know what really happened to Liverpool. It's either they need a rebuild, or I guess they be found out because Liverpool was on top for the last 4 or 5 years, but now it seems like they can't get started. Van Dijk looked like he's way past his best. Mo Salah is the same. Their midfield look like their legs have worn out. Seems like Klopp run them to wreck. That's what I'm gonna say. It seems like the coach put them through too much over the last couple of years, or to be honest, it probably be they missed Sadio Mane because he was a key figure in that team. So I don't know what's really going on with Liverpool this season, but Liverpool is off it completely. And when I'm saying off it, like this is not Liverpool, but Liverpool have a tendency to really come back. Yeah, but Liverpool have a tendency to really come back and fight till the end of the season. So we can't give up hope on Liverpool yet, but they played Brighton yesterday. So Liverpool versus Brighton and Albion. Brighton and Albion got a new coach. I think he's an Italian, but I don't really know his name yet. But yeah, he said he was gonna stick to the same plan that Graham Potter leave. Wasn't gonna change nothing too much. 'Cause you know that team is a well organized team, both defensive and attacking wise. And they surprised Liverpool with a early two goal lead, where Liverpool as Liverpool, they came back to pull the game 2-2. It was a quite interesting game, to be quite honest. It was an end-to-end action because Liverpool come back, as someone told me, was a look at that great text me and said, look at that great comeback. So I guess they're always looking for Liverpool to go ahead and win. Then Liverpool end up going 3-2 up. And it was like the greatest comeback in the history. Yeah, the massive Liverpool fan. Yeah, she was saying that Liverpool, that's the greatest comeback of all time. And then Brighton and Albion pull one back to make it 3-3. Trossard with a hat trick. And to be honest, it was a good game. It was a fantastic game, very entertaining, and that's what we like to see. We like to see entertainment. We like to see goals. We like to see flair. We like to see attractive football. You know, without that, the game is not really like the game we watched today earlier. As we're gonna get to that one later on, but we like to see attractive football. To be quite honest, we like to see flair in the game, and we like to see goals. And that was a very entertaining game. To see two teams is going at it, trying to make the best of their counter attack. And Brighton and Albion, to be quite honest, they deserve the point. It was a well taken point, because they didn't go there and sit back at Anfield. They go there and they go for it. They try to play their game. Liverpool is Liverpool. But I just think Liverpool just needs some freshening in their team. They need some probably couple new players. Van Dijk seems like he need a rest. The midfield seems like they need a fresh blood in the midfield. Someone, or probably, sometimes when you play and you win and you achieve so much, sometimes it can wear you out. So sometimes you just need an extra gear. Some of those players probably think that their spot is as well there. Wow. My team didn't play nothing the whole first half of the game today. It was just sad to watch the first 45. Well, to be honest, to be honest, you guys, Man City is a well-oiled machine. The only thing I can say about that one is Man City is just a good team. And Man City, to be honest, if they don't win the league this year or the Champions League, then something is wrong. But Erling Haaland is not human. We can put it that way. For it's a first in history. You got that man is breaking record after record is a phenomenon. You know, it's it's just what it is. It's just what it is. Oh, yeah, let us get blown away. To be honest, the three goal that Man U score, it's just because Man City take their foot off the pedal, because they got a game coming up in the Champions League, and they take the foot off the pedal, so Manchester United could really get a comeback. That's my taking on it. I can be wrong. It can be Manchester United just was fighting to take the shame out of their culture. Because Manchester United dominate England for 20 something years, or They're the one that win the Northeast Premier League title overall with Sir Alex Ferguson. But I guess the wheel fall off and they can't find it back. It seems like a run down a hill, and drop into a sink, what do you call it, a quicksand or something that sink away and they can't find it. So just like the Titanic, they even though they find the Titanic a couple of years after, but Manchester United is just it's just a team that rebuild about 5 or 6 times now and they still can't find it. So you know, I'm not laughing at Manchester United is because it can happen to anyone, but Manchester City take you guys to school, and that's just the honest opinion on it. They take you guys to school, like really take you to school, and I'm really sorry for that one because I know it's hurt, but when you go up against the big boys, you have to go with a game plan and you have to go prepare and you have to go to fight. And Manchester United didn't fight today, and even the coach said it himself. Player was out there wasn't fighting, and you need player that's gonna fight. Without the fight, you guys ain't gonna win. So I hope you guys just learn from it and try to bounce back. But probably in the next 4 or 5 games after you guys get a couple more defeat, because to be honest, I'm gonna be biased right here. I'm gonna be the biased one right here because me, I'm struggling too, and I don't want to talk about it. But I'm just glad that City teach you guys a lesson, and I hope you guys can bounce back, but not right now. Defense line was set wrong in the first place. Well, to be honest, you guys don't really got a defense. To be honest, and you guys got the defensive midfield on the bench, the best one too. Why you guys pay so much money for him if you guys gonna sit him on the bench? And you got the great Cristiano Ronaldo on the bench too, and the coach excuse was that means he's trying to say Cristiano Ronaldo is bigger than the team because if he was say the result was too bad for him to put Ronaldo on, you can try to save Ronaldo, and he's the one of the he's either the GOAT or close to the GOAT. It depends of either him or Messi. It's gonna be a debate until the next generation and generation to see who was the greatest. And the defense line, Manu don't really got a steady defense line, and then they don't got a solid defensive midfielder either to help the defense out. Scott Matakie, Makatai, whatever you pronounce it, he's not that good to be honest. I understand that the defense line was a little bit, but remember that's the same defense line that play against Arsenal and Liverpool, and you guys got result out of it. So I don't think it's the defense is really the problem for Manu. I think Manu's biggest problem right now is just the holding midfielder. You buy Casemiro from Real Madrid, one of the greatest in his position, and you guys don't use him. And there's no one to be blamed right there. Then the coach after we get the blame for that one. You can't pay $70 million for a player to sit him on the bench. And if you say that that's the missing piece of your puzzle, you have to use it. So that's only can put the blame on the coach right there. If that answer your question, don't blame the defense only. You have to blame the coach too, because that defense line make you guys win two important games. Against Liverpool and against Arsenal. So, and it's the same defense line. So you don't blame the defense right there. You have to probably blame the coach for that one. Move on to Chelsea game. Back up to Chelsea game. Chelsea was very lucky today, to be honest. Chelsea yesterday, Chelsea ran away with a 2-1 victory over Crystal Palace. And that one was really a struggle. It was a struggle for Chelsea, to be quite honest. Crystal Palace take the lead early, about in the 8th minute, and then after that, they really. I really blame them all. Yeah, you have to blame them all, and it didn't help, to be honest. It didn't help with the defensive midfield, to be honest. Christian Eriksen's not a holding midfielder. Scott Matakie is not that really good either. And then you got Bruno Fernandes in the midfield. So you got three person in there that can really do the dirty work. So your defense line gonna be exposed. So that's what happened to you guys today. Your defense line leave open and exposed. It's just like when Conte don't play for Chelsea. Chelsea struggle. That's what really happened to Manchester right now. And you guys have a good attacking force. Especially that wonder kid you buy from Brazil. He keep on showing you guys that he worth the money, but you have to give the coach time too. He probably is trying to show the board that these players are not good enough, and probably is trying to please those players and then try to get rid of them either in the January window or the summer. Because Manchester United dressing room is a dressing room that they leak a lot of stuff out there when players are not happy, and you guys gonna have a lot coming for the next couple weeks or so, because if Ronaldo don't get game in the next two outlet, you guys gonna have a big problem in that dressing room. Because once Ronaldo started, you never can tell. Like that team probably fall apart like last season. So you guys just have to hope for the best that the coach get it right. You can have one of the best player that of all time sitting on the bench each and every game is only going to cause problem for you guys. So hopefully you guys can really sort it out, because we didn't want Ronaldo in the summer. You guys should have let him go if they know they weren't going to use him, because that's kind of a disrespect to the player, himself, that you guys fight to keep him there, and now they don't want to give him any game. So we never can tell. Sometimes it can cause eruptions in the dressing room, and that can throw all the players off. So probably that's what happened. Ronaldo find out that I'm just speculating right here. Don't take my word for it. But when he see that he wasn't gonna start today, he probably can start the vibes in the dressing room and show all the players off their game. Because Ronaldo's claimed that he's the best and he needs to play, especially the World Cup is coming up. So we have to look into that. But I won't take none of these results for the next 3 weeks or so. I want to take none of these results and take it like really seriously, to be quite honest, because we have to look into that. A lot of players is preparing themselves to go to the World Cup, and that's the biggest stage of them all. And no one want to get injured before a World Cup. Everyone want to be fit and ready for the World Cup, because that's the biggest stage of them all. Remember that. So I wouldn't take none of the result or the struggle my team is struggling right now. When it gets into the January window and so forth, then we can talk. But probably at that time it's going to be too late for a lot of these teams, because Van Dijk ain't playing his best, to be quite honest. I see a lot of talker that Van Dijk used to win, and he just started pull out of tackle and certain blocking and getting into it. No big player want to miss the World Cup. Remember that. A World Cup right now is every player priority. So I won't blame too much on the Manchester United team, or because probably the coach don't have no power over it, because imagine you play so hard to go to the World Cup. And remember, the World Cup is every 4 year. The World Cup is not like it's every year or every 2 year. It's every 4 year. So a lot of these players, some of these players this is their last World Cup, their last dance. Because you have to take example of Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi. If either or either don't win this World Cup, they will never get a chance ever again to ever lift it. So you have to look into that deeply. That Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, this is probably the last dance. Probably Messi get one more dance, but I don't think he's gonna be able because the next World Cup probably Messi gonna be probably at 40 years old because right now Messi's about 35. So imagine the next World Cup, Messi probably gonna be about 39, going to 40 years old. I don't think Messi gonna be playing that long, to be quite honest. Or if he's gonna have the legs to continue the journey, Cristiano Ronaldo gonna be over in his 40. So we have to really look into that one too. Ronaldo time come to an end. Nobody do not want to buy him. That's why he get well. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. But remember, you guys are the one that take the risk to really buy him. You guys buy him and put him on a big contract where you're paying him almost 600,000 per week. Because Ronaldo come with a commercial thing where once he signed for Manchester United, I think you guys make over, I think it was 100 million on just shirt sale right away and put him on that big contract. And you this was Ronaldo last final dance of contract, to be quite honest, a big contract. Anywhere Ronaldo go right now, it's gonna be like the MLS or some of those little small team where people gonna really like just pay him just because his name is Ronaldo. So you're quite right. No one want to pay that big wages for a player that though you have to look on the resale value too. In business, this is a business too. You have to look on the resale value. Ronaldo don't got a resale value because Ronaldo is 38 and he can't you can't sell Ronaldo for 100 million. No one is going to buy Ronaldo for $20 million, to be quite honest. So that's the thing when Chelsea want him, I think you guys should have really sell him and make back the money and spend that money to get a good striker or not or a younger striker or probably a better defender, to go with Varane or really a backup because when Varane go out today, the defender that come in is not really that good either. So you have to look into that one too, So Ronaldo is really don't got a sell on value. So you're quite right with that one. Yeah, he got the most follow on Instagram, and that's true. Ronaldo is one of the most popular football player of all time, and it you're quite right because right now if a team buy Ronaldo for $10 million tomorrow morning, their shirt sale, they're gonna earn probably $200 million. And that's the only thing Ronaldo value right now is just the image, is and majority of those shirts sale and his image, he owned most of those image rights. So a lot of club don't want to take the risk with him because if they make $100 million, they're probably gonna get $50 million out of it. Because Ronaldo image right, he controlled all of his image right. That's why he's one of the most successful footballer of his generation. Because Ronaldo image right alone, like the deal on it. That's why Todd Bowley didn't want to sign him for Chelsea, because they know they could have probably made half of what they buy Chelsea for. They could have make it back in no time. So both of you guys are right. It's it's just what it is. You know, Hopefully one or yeah, to be honest, I'm gonna say this. I would like to see either him or Messi win the World Cup, but I'm gonna be biased again. I'm a Brazilian fan, so I would love to see Neymar lifted. I have to be quite honest. If either either reach the final, or either one reach there and it's not Brazil or England, I would love to see one or the other to win it. But I'm gonna always be Brazil first and everything else after that. Just like I'm Chelsea first and everything else after that. I'm not being biased, it's just the way it is. Yeah, two of the better defender they send on loan. Uh, Um, I would say with the better defender they sent on loan, yeah, you're right. But I would say there were better defenders on the market, to be quite honest, where they should have went for, and they didn't. But the problem with Manchester United, um I think the biggest problem with Manchester United is their scouting department is not that really good. You know, they get defenders, to quite honest, for the last 4 or 5 years, and they're not world class defenders. You know, I'm not gonna say it because I'm a Chelsea fan, but I can use Chelsea as an example. Chelsea have some of the best defenders that across the whole entire Europe, because if you notice, Crystal Palace defender Mark Gay, he's from Chelsea, and you got Tomori from AC Milan, he's from Chelsea too. So, and another young kid from Southampton. So I think Manchester United, when Sir Alex Ferguson was there, they do a lot of getting the scouting and do getting the young players and develop them, and then from there on they bring them into the first team. But since Sir Alex Ferguson to leave, they tend to go out there and just try to buy a player because they hear that the player was good. So I think is their recruitment is a problem. The recruitment is very wrong, to be honest. They don't recruit as well. Just like Chelsea try to buy a whole bunch of taking a whole bunch of 8 years old, 7 years old, and develop them, like your Reece James, your Chela Chalova, Mason Mount. So, and you got Arsenal doing the same thing too. So, I think that if they follow the Chelsea model, from a couple of years back after Alex Ferguson leave, they will still be on top. But I think they stick with the same mentality that they got after Sir Alex Ferguson leave, and they never get better. They just keep on showing money to the problem, and each time they show money to the problem, and they think it was gonna fix, the problem is still there. So for Man U to really come back, I think they have to clear out that dressing room, get rid of all those big egos, which they get rid of Paul Pogba. But Paul Pogba wasn't only the problem. You get rid of Pogba, then you bring Ronaldo in his last peak of his career, where you want to beat Messi for the leading goal scorer in the Champions League history, and then you're not giving him any games, so that's another problem there. And you got a lot of you get rid of Bailly, where you were talking about earlier, but Bailly was a player that hindered half of the time. If you check his stats, he was there for 300 and something game, and he only played like 100. No, he was there for like 400 and something games, and he only played 100. That to show you spend more time on the injury list than on the field. So that was a good let go, to be quite honest. But I think you should have keep that young guy, defender guy we were talking about earlier, and I think you guys should have go deep in the market to really, when you sign Anthony, I think you should have spent that money and getting some defense and midfield reinforcement, because you guys already have good attack. Right? You have Ronaldo, you got Rashford, you got Martial, you got that little wonder kid, that little kid from Sweden. So I just think you guys recruitment are just wrong. I just think you guys just need to focus on getting your midfield and your defense line in order first before you started think about getting some attacking players. That to show you how hard he works. Yeah, that's true. It's it's gonna come back from Manchester United. To be honest, the glory days is gonna be back. You know, The glory days gonna be back for you guys, but I don't think it's right now. I just think you guys need to get rid of the egos out of your dressing room and cut your wage bill, because any player right now is signing for Manchester United, and that's where you guys go wrong. Any players that are signing for Manchester United, right, they want to sign for the money, because you guys can offer the biggest pay cut, and majority of the players is just going there for the money, So I just think if you guys focus on cut down that wage bill and get some players that really want to play for the badge, you know, and want to play because they're playing for Manchester United, I think you guys will be back. You guys just need to find a way how to get rid of the wage bill and get back players that really want to play. With Mason Greenwood, it's a fact. He was one of your guys' most talented player and committed player. Like when he put on the shirt for Manchester United, he's a player that give his heart and soul out there. We just sorry for what happened to him, and I hope his case, can resolve sooner than later. Because if you notice, if Manchester United still have hope in him, because they didn't even terminate his contract, he still got his contract there. But I just think they weren't paying him for one at a time. He still trains, but I don't think he's trained with the team. But I think he's still trained and stuff. So they're still trying to hold on to him just in case if they don't find him guilty. So if they don't find him guilty, I guess it will be back for you guys, and he will be kicking and running again. Sooner than later, hopefully, and hopefully he can represent the Jamaican national team, because once he gets in charge in England, they don't want to use it for the national team anymore. So I'd love to see Mason Greenwood in the Jamaican team, to be honest, playing with the like of Leon Bailey, Omar Hutchinson. That would be a deadly tree right there for the Jamaican national team. That's what I would love to see. I would love to see him right now turn off for Jamaica. And I ain't going to lie about that one. While we're still here, Newcastle play Fulham. Newcastle 4, Fulham 1. You can still send your notes. I'm just going over these. Newcastle Newcastle and Fulham yesterday. Jamaica international Bobby Reed scored the only goal for Fulham. They lose 4-1. With they go down to 10 men with a early red card for Chelo Shalaba, the brother of Shalaba and Chelsea, get an early red card, and from there on Newcastle dominate. And we got the next one right here. We got Southampton 1, Everton 2. Frank Lampard and his team went away with that victory right there. Southampton is a very hard team to predict. This minute, they dominate the biggest team in the league, and then the next minute, they fall off the map. I don't know if anyone can tell me what they think is wrong with Southampton right here. Anyone in the comment want to say or tell me how they think what happened, because this is one of the team is hard to predict. If they start the season good, they fail in the middle or the end of the season, and if they started bad in the end of the season, they dominate and they kill every big team or any team that come their way. This team is a team that you just can't predict. Moving on right here for the next one, we got West Ham United 2, Wolverhampton 0. Wolverhampton has fired their head coach today because they lost. That's their third loss in a row. So I think they're gonna appoint a new coach in the upcoming days, but the coach is no longer there. So they got a new coach right there. So West Ham United 2, Wolverhampton 0. Now we're going to touch about the big topic because this is the one that I can't really pass. We're in the comment section talking about it a little bit. It's in the Liverpool game, but this is one I really have to come back to. Erling Allen and Phil Foden, they take Manchester United apart. They rip them in pieces. This Manchester City team is a force to recommend with. They're dangerous on the counter-attack. They're dangerous on the position of the football. They're dangerous on scoring goals. They're dangerous in each and every aspect of the game. This Manchester City team is a team that clinical. They're assassin. They're dangerous. They got no mercy at all. They don't know when to quit or when to give up. They show no mercy. This Manchester City team show no mercy. On their day, if you're not on your A game, they're gonna rip you apart. Even when they see you're down and dying, they still gonna finish you. Yeah, they got problem too. They do got problem. Every team do got a problem. But on their day, if you don't come with your A game, they're gonna tear you apart. Even when they see you bleed out and don't got no more blood, it seems like they take back your blood and put it back inside it just to rip it out again. That's how dangerous they are. They're brutal. If you notice, even when they're up 6-6, there still seems like they want to go. Everyone want to score. It seems like they still want to give you guys like 9 or 10-0. They were still going. And even when they made the substitute, everyone come on and was like still like a still really grease oil machine. This Manchester City team, it's a team that got 2 squad. Any player you take out and put in another one, they still play the same way. They don't drop a beat. And to be honest, that's pure art. They're like an artist. Artists that love to draw. That's what Manchester City is. They still, and as I said, they still have their weak point because Newcastle show us that. Aston Villa show us that Manchester City, but you cannot go head-to-head with Manchester City when you're playing them. If you try to go head-to-head with Manchester City, they're going to wipe you off the park. You have to sit back and wait on your moment and be clinical when you get your chances. If you try to go all gun blazing with Manchester City, they're going to tear you apart. And that's what happened to you guys today. You guys just didn't know when to let it go. And you guys just think you can go toe-to-toe with them, and then they rip you apart. That guy, Erling Allen, he don't miss. I don't care if people want to say he only scored topping goals. He is clinical because every aspect of the game, you have to put the ball in the back of the net. It doesn't matter how far you are or how close you are. It's the composure you have to be clinical and to put the ball in the back of the net. If you notice, a lot of players get ball in those areas that he get and they missed it. I know we've been watching football for years and we see a lot of players get ball in those areas and they missed it. So you just have to be ready. When you're playing against Manchester City. I don't even know if I miss any game. To be honest, Leeds United and Aston Villa, Leon Bailey the baller. That was one of the most boringest game I ever watched. To be quite honest, that was boring. Yeah, because I see Chelsea play them the same type of way. When you have the ball, you have to keep it. Then you know they're gonna high press you. They press you in numbers, and when they press you, you have to just find the loophole. You know the run. The you have to find the loophole, which you have to prepare to suffer when they're pressing you, and to hit the ball in behind in the counter space, because you know what they're gonna do. They're gonna press you, and they all press when they're pressed. Because our Manchester City press, they try to press you high up the pitch, and then the defenders, they don't stay down. They try to press up too. So you just have to have a player that disciplined enough gonna hold his composure and know that they're gonna press everything out of you. But when you guys get it, you just hit them on the counter. Yeah, Manchester City is not that good defensively if you, but the way they press you, they give their defender chance time to close the space, because they all press together. They kind of play similar to Liverpool, the same type of pressing game with Liverpool, but the difference with them and Liverpool, they got so many players that they can keep on to rest their players, which Liverpool only got like a solid 17 or 16 man team, and after a while they're gonna be weird out with those high tempo, because they play a high tempo game, and after being playing those high tempo game for so many years, after a while you're gonna get tired. Your legs are gonna get weary, and that's what been happening to Liverpool. But Manchester City, they got depths. If you notice, they got depths in each and every area. They can take out the whole level and put it in a different level, and then they still have the same high intensity that they normally got. The high pressing, the name it, they still got it. So we just have to be very careful when you're playing against City, because all their players, they always stay fresh. And that's the thing when you got a deep squad. The rest of team don't, and that's the thing that I worry about with Arsenal. Arsenal be playing fantastic now, but if they get two or three injury, that team, it's just gonna be off it. And that's what happened with Chelsea right now too. We used to got the depths. We got the depths in defense, but we don't got the depths in the midfield, because when Conte go out, that's it for us. And to be quite honest. So right there, it's just the way it is with Manchester City. We all just have to try our best and hope that they just start to have some bad games, and just give someone else a chance to see if they can walk away with the Premier League title. But Aston Villa today, wow. Aston Villa, what can we say about them and Leeds? It's the most boring game we ever watched today. Like, it was nothing to this game either. Like, the tempo was low, the name it. This game got it. It wasn't nothing excited to it, to quite honest. Like, it wasn't that excited. Didn't have nothing much to report on it. Watch it, try to figure out Leon Bailey, make a wonderful cross to Coutinho. Coutinho hit it on the post, and that was just really it for that game. They take out Leon Bailey early out in take out Leon Bailey in the second half, and it wasn't that much or too much about it where we can really highlight much about it. But we got some good games over the weekend, and I know you guys enjoy most of the games like I do. This is only two disappointed games to be honest over the weekend. All the rest of the game live up to expectation, I guess. We got goals, but trust me, that Liverpool game was really, really entertaining. Man City, that was a one-way traffic. Southampton and Everton, that was like a here and there game. You know, you just who won it the most. The Fulham Newcastle game, it was a one-way traffic of that early red card. You know, that Chelsea game, Chelsea was really lucky, to be honest. Thiago Silva, we don't know if that was a straight red card or we don't know, but that game he was really lucky, to be honest, because that was a clear unball, and I guess the luck just go with him. We just say the luck go with him, right? So I guess he just get lucky in that one where he end up get the assist for the equalizer for Chelsea. And then after that, Chelsea went on with a brilliant goal, a classic goal from young Cannon Gallagher. That was a world class finish. He was there last season on loan, and for him, he showed respect where he didn't celebrate because that's where he do his development last season. Crystal Palace developed him for us, so he scored one of the most excited goal of all time in his career. So it wasn't that bad. Look on Liverpool game right here. You know, Roberto Firmino scored twice for Liverpool, and Lalarge Chessard scored a hat trick. For I'm just looking at some of the stats right here for Brighton, and let me see if I can see the lineup. So for you guys, Liverpool start out with a 4-4-3-3 formation, and Brighton start out with a 3-4-3 formation, and it wasn't really that bad, to be quite honest. It was a very, very entertaining game right here. It wasn't a bad game. Go over to the Manchester City now versus you know Phil Foden scored the opening goal. I am back. I know you're back. Once it's Liverpool, yeah, I know you'll be back. Once you hear Liverpool name mentioned, we were just looking on the stats for Liverpool. Roberto Firmino score scored two goals for you guys, and then the next goal was our own goal. Oh, you're right on time. I know. But we're just looking on the stats right here and see how you guys really chest starred. You get man of the match. Well deserving, because it's not every day you're gonna go to Anfield and Liverpool to really score a hat trick. So I think that was well deserved. I think he deserved it. to get man of the match because his performance was outstanding, and we can't take that away from him. Well taken, and to be honest, it got Let me see right here. Stat. And the position was almost even because you guys got 53.8 position with Brighton 46.2. You guys got 7 shot on target, and Brighton got 6 on target and scored 3 goals. You know, you guys got 17 shot overall, and they got 6 shot overall. You got, it's pretty. Your passing is 530 by 460. It's not that bad. It was kind of a equal game right there, to be quite honest. It was really, really, really equal in almost every aspect of it. It wasn't that bad of a game. You see right here. So let us check the big one before we go. The Manchester City. I got Phil Foden scoring the 8 minute, 44 minutes, 72 minute. Wow. Erling Allen scoring the 34 minute, 37 minutes, 64 minute. You got Kevin De Bruyne with 2 assists. Wow. Erling Allen with 2 assists. You got Anthony scoring the 56 minute. You got Martial scoring the 80 and the 90 and the 91 minute. It's not that bad. And that's the Arsenal and Tottenham game. Arsenal run away with it. Thomas Partey is scoring a 20 minute with a wonderful goal. Gabriel Jesus scoring the 49 minute. You got Granit Xhaka scoring the 67 minute. You got Harry Kane score for Tottenham in the 31 minute. To round it off right there. Let me see the Chelsea game. You got John Iobi scoring the 7th minute. You got Aubameyang scored the equalizer in the 38th minute. And then you got Kenneth Gallagher scoring the 90th minute to round it off right there for Chelsea. So Chelsea was very lucky, to be honest. I appreciate it. All these little comments and these wonderful words mean a lot to me. That kind of help motivate me and help me keep me go on. So I can do this each and every weekend for you guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you. To let me know I'm doing a great job. I really appreciate all the comments and all these wonderful words, that you guys tell me each and every time. So I really appreciate it. And it's just like one of my biggest supporter. Natasha, you'll support me in each and every way. My number one fan. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for always being here watching with me. And always putting in your comments and stuff. It's fun to read them, and doing what I love. Even when I can't play the game no more, and to be here, can analyze some of the games and just doing something that I enjoy doing. I really, really, really appreciate it, because this right here is my passion. I'm a passionate person about the game. Since 1994, I can't forget I watched my first World Cup. 1994 when Brazil beat Italy in the final, and from then on, I just fall in love with the game, and I just always want to be a football player. I get a little career here and there out of it. Nothing too great or nothing too major, but in my part, it was great. Because I win a St. James Player of the Season trophies, and I win few stuff here and there across a lot of trophies, medals, and stuff. You know, End up forming a team, Liverpool Rovers, and I'm just passionate about the game. I can't play no more. I can be around it as much as I want to. So now I can be on the computer, talking to you guys and share the games and have reviews and comments about it. Or, we're not gonna have the same opinion on football at all times, but it is nice to be here, with you guys, talk to you guys, and see, it's such a joy and it's a pleasure to be here at all times, and I thank you guys for the support. And I always like to tell you guys to please share and subscribe and really like the video. Hit up the like button. Tell a friend so a friend can go tell a friend and a friend tell a friend. And that we hit the goal of 1,000. I want to see if we can reach 1,000 before the end of the year. We got a couple months to go. If we hit more, I really appreciate it too. But the goal is 1,000 before January. So try to help. I will ask you guys to try to help me to get there. If you can share, like, or tell a friend, I really appreciate it. All the support that I've been getting from each and everyone, both in Jamaica and here in the state, I really appreciate it. And you know me, I always said, be positive, stay positive, work hard for whatever you want in life, and you guys will surely get it. Focus on your dream and your goal. Always try to be yourself. Never try to be no one else but you. Because only you can represent you in life. No one can represent you. Someone can make a speech for you, but they cannot represent you because they're not you. You're always you. You're the only one. You know what I mean? Like, you is just you. There's no one like you. The Lord make each and every one of us special in our own way and in our own rights. So don't try to be like no one. Don't try to achieve what no one achieved. Try to achieve what you are here to achieve. Because we all here for a reason and a purpose. You know what I mean? It's just us to find what we're here for. We none of us know what we're here for, but it's up to us to really go and seek and find and see what we're here for, because we are here for a reason and we are here for a purpose. It's just us to find our true self. Long as it's something good, you're gonna do it, brother or sister. Just work hard for it. It's not everything that come easy is good. Sometimes when you get stuff too easy, you don't appreciate it. When you work hard for something, you appreciate it more and you cherish it more, because the sweat and tears that you really put in to really go for it and to really get it. So always stay positive. Don't try to think negative. Don't overthink nothing in life. If you have to overthink something, you leave it, walk away from it, go get your mind and your soul and your spirit and your body in tune, and then come back. You know what I mean? When you overthink, it's only lead to one thing, it's confusion. And confusion is not good for the mind or the body. So always keep your head up. You know what I mean? And don't let no one tell you not to dream, or you're a dreamer. Believe in your dream, because after your dream, there's reward. You know what I mean? Long as you work for it. So believe in whatever you dream. Believe in your dream. Believe in your hopes. Because if you want it, you're going to work for it. Put time into what you love. Don't put time into something that you're not interested in. Put time into what you love. Put time into what you want to do or what you want to achieve. Because remember, you can never get back time. The time I'm talking about is not the clock that is on the wall. Because if you waste 24 hours in your life, you probably never get back that 24 hours. Because every minute and every second count for itself. You know what I mean? So always remember, like, don't waste time. Always make the best of time. Because time matters. You know, because none of us know the minute or the hour or the second or the day, you know what I mean, when the glory day is going to come for us. You know, so don't waste time on nothing. Don't let nothing hold you back. Because you can waste your time on something, and when the reward come, you have to try to go back to correct that time, which you can. So just don't waste time on nothing. If you want to work for something, work for it. Put your heart and soul to it and get it out of the way and wait for the reward, which is going to be great. You know what I mean? So achieve whatever you want to achieve in life by be honest and be disciplined and work hard for it. I just want to tell you guys, thank you for being here with me for an hour. You know, I really appreciate each and every time and each and every one of the support. And I'm going to tell you guys again, please like the video, share, and subscribe. You know what I mean? Send it to your friend tell a friend. You know, even if you're at work, just take a co-worker phone and subscribe to it. You know, you can do that. Just take a co-worker phone and subscribe to the GFC community. You know, you don't even have to know the person. Just say, and just subscribe. Help us to reach our goal. It's 1,000 for the year. So if you're at work, you see a co-worker, just take their phone and subscribe. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, continue to support the channel. And thank you guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful night. And God bless you all. And peace. I'm out.